Ever feel like you're standing on the edge of something incredible,
Yeah.
but just can't bring yourself to jump, right?
Uh,
You're right there,
uh-huh.
but something holding you back.
It's like a wall.
Yeah,
A
like an
wall.
invisible wall. We've
Totally.
all been there.
Oh, we all
With
have.
that dream job we're too scared to apply for,
Oh,
or
yeah.
sharing our creative work for the first time, or even just
Uh,
walking into a party
oh,
where I
God.
don't know anyone.
The
We're ourselves
worst.
out there,
It
right?
can be terrifying.
It can be absolutely
It
terrifying.
can be so scary.
So today, we're going deep on why we hesitate,
Okay.
what we lose by staying stuck, and how to break free and actually start living a life
Yeah.
that we're excited about.
I love
I
that.
know.
It's about getting unstuck
It is.
and going for it.
Exactly.
What's fascinating to me is that it's rarely about the thing itself.
Okay.
It's almost always fear holding us back.
All right, so let's unpack this fear.
Okay.
It's not just one big monster under the bed, is it?
No,
It's
no.
not like one thing.
It's a whole bunch of little fears.
Right, what are the specific anxieties that make us hit the brakes?
Yeah, you've got it.
Yeah.
It's like a whole crew of gremlins.
A crew of gremlins.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I love that analogy.
So you've got the classic fear of failure, of course.
Right.
The idea that we'll try, we'll stumble, and somehow be less worthy because of it.
Ugh.
But there's also the fear of judgment, right?
Oh, yeah.
That worry about what others will think, that they'll criticize us, or worse, reject us for who we truly are.
Oh, the fear of judgment is real.
So real.
I remember this one time, I was in a meeting, and I had this killer idea.
Yeah.
Like, I was sure this was going to be a game changer.
Uh-huh.
But just the thought of speaking up, of everyone looking at me, and maybe even disagreeing with me,
Yeah.
I just froze.
Oh, no.
And you know what? Someone else ended up pitching almost the exact same idea
Oh, no.
and got all the credit,
I hate when that happens.
right?
That's the real tragedy.
Yeah.
It's not the fear itself, but the way it stops us from contributing,
Right.
from sharing our unique brilliance
Our unique brilliance. I love that.
with the world.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely. So fear is definitely a factor.
big term.
But why does all of this matter so much?
Oh, it matters.
Why bother wrestling with it?
Because imagine looking back on your life,
Okay.
filled with what ifs.
What if?
What if I had applied for that job?
Oh, gosh.
What if I had shared that song I wrote?
Yeah.
What if I had taken that trip?
Oh,
You know, those what ifs become the heaviest baggage we carry.
they really do. I think deep down, we all want a life that feels
Yeah.
bold and fulfilling, right?
Yes.
One where we went for it,
Yes.
even if we stumbled along the way.
It's about the journey.
It is,
You know, and
absolutely.
truth is, putting yourself out there
Yeah,
is the only path to that kind of life.
I think you're right.
It's messy.
Yeah?
It's uncomfortable,
Okay.
but it's also the key to unlocking our true potential.
Okay, so how do we actually do this?
Yeah.
We know we should be brave,
Right.
but our knees still knock.
Oh, yeah.
When we even think about taking that leap,
It's the fear.
it is, what are some tangible steps we can take?
First, forget the grand plan.
Okay?
You know, don't try to conquer the world overnight. Start small.
Okay.
Break down your big, scary goals into micro actions that you can take in like 15 minutes or less.
Okay, I like that. 15 minutes?
15 minutes, super manageable.
Yeah, manageable.
So let's say you want to write a novel.
Okay, I do.
Commit to writing one paragraph a day.
One paragraph.
One paragraph.
Got it.
You dreaming of launching a business.
Maybe
Spend 15 minutes researching your ideal customer.
15 minutes. Okay.
Small steps build confidence.
Okay.
And that's what we're acting.
Love that. No more overwhelm, just consistent action.
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
This one's huge. Ditch the idea that failure is a bad thing.
Ooh, failure.
Reframe it as feedback.
Okay.
Every time something doesn't work out,
Uh-huh.
ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How can I adjust my approach?
Okay.
You know, failure isn't the opposite of success.
Okay.
It's part of the process.
I like that. It's part of the
It's
process.
a tipping stone.
Like Thomas Edison said, right?
Yeah.
He said,
I haven't failed.
I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's all about reframing those setbacks
Yeah.
as valuable data points.
I like that, data points. Yeah.
And speaking of reframing,
Okay.
you know what else can help quiet that inner critic?
Well, hit me with it.
Challenge those negative thoughts head on.
Okay.
Like when you catch yourself thinking, I'm going to fail or I'm not good enough,
Ugh. Yeah.
ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have to support it?
Okay.
You'll often find those thoughts are based on fear, not facts.
Fear, not facts.
Another powerful technique is something called cognitive reframing.
Cognitive reframing. Okay.
And this involves choosing
Uh-huh.
to view a situation
Right.
from a more positive
Right.
and empowering perspective.
Okay. So instead of saying, I'm terrible at public speaking,
Right.
I could say, I'm still learning, but I'm committed to getting better with each presentation.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. It's about shifting your internal dialogue from self-criticism to self-compassion and growth.
Okay, so we've got action steps
Yeah.
and mindset shifts.
Yes.
What about the people around us?
Ooh, good question.
Can they help or hinder us in this whole putting ourselves out there thing?
The people we surround ourselves with are crucial.
Yeah.
Seek out those who encourage your growth,
Okay.
celebrate your wins,
Yeah.
and who offer support when you stumble.
I love that.
Having a cheer squad makes all the difference when you're stepping into unfamiliar territory.
It really does. It really does. What about those people, though,
Yeah.
who are constantly negative or dismissive of our dreams?
Yeah.
Do we cut them out completely?
It's not always about cutting people out, but
Okay.
it is about being mindful
Yeah.
of their influence.
Okay.
If someone constantly rains on your parade, maybe limit your exposure to their negativity
Yeah.
while you're working on building your confidence.
That makes sense. Another thing that resonates with me is this idea
Okay.
of getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Because let's be real,
Uh-huh.
putting yourself out there is inherently uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's risky.
There's always a level of risk and uncertainty
Yeah.
involved.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Growth doesn't happen in our comfort zones.
Right?
That uncomfortable feeling
Right.
is often a sign that we're stretching ourselves, that we're on the right track.
So true. But how do we actually get better at handling that discomfort?
It's like working out a muscle.
Okay.
The more you expose yourself to challenging situations,
Yeah.
the stronger your resilience becomes.
Okay.
Start with small doses of discomfort,
Small doses.
like striking up a conversation with a stranger
Okay.
or sharing a piece of your work online.
Okay, so instead of avoiding discomfort, we lean into it.
Yes.
We see it as a signal that we're evolving.
Exactly.
Right.
And as you continue to challenge yourself, what once felt impossible will become manageable.
Okay, we've got a toolkit for tackling fear, for taking action. But what about timing?
Ooh, timing.
Is there a right time to put yourself out there?
That's the myth of the perfect moment.
The myth of the perfect moment.
Here's the reality. There's never a perfect time.
Oh,
There will always be something
Yeah.
that feels not quite right,
yeah.
some reason to hesitate.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Always.
I've totally fallen into that trap. Like, I'll launch my website when it's perfect, or I'll go to that networking event when I'm feeling more confident.
Yeah.
It's endless.
It never ends.
It never ends.
And while we're waiting for the stars to align,
Uh-huh.
life is passing us by.
Oh.
The truth is, the moment you decide to start is the perfect moment.
Okay.
Action is the antidote to perfectionism paralysis.
I love that. Action is the antidote.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we don't need to have all the answers before we begin.
Nope.
We just need to have the courage to take that first step.
The first step is the hardest, but it's the most important.
It is. You know what can be incredibly inspiring in those moments of doubt?
What's that?
Hearing stories of other people who have done it.
Oh, yeah.
Like when we see those real-life examples of individuals who faced their fears and achieved success by taking a leap,
Yeah.
it gives us permission to do the same, right?
Totally. Like, if they can do it,
Yeah.
so can I.
Exactly. What are some stories that have inspired you?
Oh, there are so many.
I bet.
But one that always comes to mind is the story of J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. Okay.
Before she became a literary icon,
Uh-huh.
she was a single mother struggling to make ends meet.
Right?
And she had this idea for a children's book
Yeah.
about a boy wizard.
We all know where this is going.
But she faced rejection after rejection from
You're right.
publishers.
Wow.
Can you imagine the self-doubt she must have felt?
I can only imagine.
To have your work rejected over and over?
Yeah.
It would be so easy to give up
Oh,
and think, maybe I'm just not cut out for this.
Right, right.
And yet she persisted.
She persisted.
She kept refining her manuscript. She kept sending it out.
Wow.
And finally, a small publishing house took a chance on her.
They did?
And, well, you know the rest.
I do.
The Harry Potter series became a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
All because she refused to give up on her dream.
What an incredible testament to the power of perseverance.
It really is.
It's a reminder that even the most successful people face setbacks
Yeah.
and rejections. It's how we respond to those challenges
Yes.
that determines our path.
100%. And it's not just about achieving massive success like J.K. Rowling.
Right.
It's also about those everyday victories,
Okay.
the small but significant wins
Yeah.
that come from simply having the courage to try.
That's so true. Sometimes the biggest wins
Yeah.
are the internal ones.
Yes.
The ones that happen when we overcome a limiting belief.
Yes.
Or silence that inner critic.
Exactly.
Those are the wins that build our confidence and pave the way for bigger leaps in the future.
They're the foundation.
They are.
You know?
They really are.
Each small step forward, no matter how insignificant it may seem,
Uh-huh.
is a victory worth celebrating.
Okay, we've talked about the fears.
Yeah.
We've talked about the importance of overcoming them
Uh-huh.
and some practical strategies for doing so.
We have.
But why is it so crucial to start now?
Ooh, now.
Why not wait for a better time?
Why wait?
When we feel more prepared, more confident.
Because time waits for no one.
Oh, that's good.
The longer we delay,
Uh-huh.
the more opportunities we miss.
Okay.
And trust me, regret is a much heavier burden to carry than fear.
I've heard it said that fear might make us hesitate in the moment.
Right.
But regret can linger for a lifetime.
Exactly. And it's not just about missed opportunities.
Right.
It's also about the personal growth and fulfillment we deny ourselves when we stay stuck in our comfort zones.
Yeah, think about it.
Okay.
What dream have you been putting off?
What have you been dreaming of?
Yeah, what's one thing you could do today to move closer to it?
Today.
That's such a powerful question.
It's a call to action.
It is.
You have the power to shape your own destiny.
Yeah.
Starting right now.
Starting right now. And while it's natural to feel some fear, don't let it paralyze you.
Absolutely.
Remember all the tools we've discussed. Start small, reframe failure, challenge your negative thoughts, build a supportive community, and most importantly, embrace the journey.
Love it.
I'm feeling so inspired.
Me too.
But before we wrap up this part of the conversation,
Okay.
I think it's important to acknowledge
Yeah.
that putting yourself out there isn't always easy.
It's not.
It can be messy, uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and sometimes downright scary.
It can be dilly scary.
What advice do you have for those moments when the fear feels just overwhelming?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's not always sunshine and rainbows.
Oh,
There will be moments of doubt,
uh-huh.
setbacks,
Yeah.
and maybe even some criticism.
Oh, for sure.
But here's the thing. Those challenges are part of the process.
Okay.
They're what make the victories even sweeter.
So how do we navigate those tough moments?
Yeah.
How do we keep going when we just feel like giving up?
First, remember you're not alone.
Okay.
Everyone experiences fear and self-doubt. Even the most successful people,
Right.
it's part of the human experience.
It is?
Second, go back to your why.
Your why.
Why is this dream important to you?
Okay.
What impact I could want to make?
Yeah.
Connecting to your purpose will fuel your motivation when things get tough.
Powerful.
And finally, practice self-compassion.
Self-compassion.
Be kind to yourself.
Okay.
Celebrate your progress.
Yeah.
And remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating.
I love that. Little wins.
Little wins, it's a reminder that we're all works in progress, and that's okay.
We are. It's all about the journey.
It is.
The learning,
Yeah.
the growing that truly matters.
Absolutely. And sometimes the greatest growth happens in those moments of discomfort.
Yeah.
When we push past our perceived limits and discover a strength
Yes.
we never knew we had.
Exactly.
So to everyone listening who's feeling hesitant, afraid, or unsure, you are capable of incredible things.
You are.
Don't let fear hold you back from living a life that's truly aligned with your passions and your purpose.
You deserve it.
We do. Take a deep breath, take that first step, and trust that the universe will meet you halfway.
The universe has your back.
It does, and remember,
Yeah.
we're all cheering you on.
We are.
Now, before we wrap up, I have one final thought that I think will really resonate with you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Welcome back. I don't know about you.
Yeah. But I'm feeling super fired up to actually take some risks after that first segment.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I think it's time for some stories now.
I love a good story.
I know you do, to keep that momentum going, would you say?
Absolutely. There's nothing like hearing how other people face their fears.
Yeah.
And created something amazing
Yeah.
to give us that extra push.
To give us that... Okay, so our first story
Okay.
is about someone you've definitely heard of.
Okay.
A woman who turned a simple idea into a global phenomenon.
Okay.
Sarah Blakely,
Sarah Blakely.
founder of Spanx.
Spanx. Oh, wow.
What I love about Sarah's story
Yeah.
is that it just proves that success doesn't always require like a fancy degree
Right.
or years of experience.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just takes a problem
Uh-huh.
and the guts to solve it,
That's it.
you know.
What's so remarkable about Sarah is that she didn't set out to build a billion-dollar company.
Okay.
She was just getting ready for a party,
Uh-huh.
wanted to wear white pants,
Okay.
but couldn't find any undergarments
Right.
that wouldn't show through.
I've been there.
Most of us would have just grumbled and moved on.
Yeah, probably.
But Sarah saw an opportunity.
Wait, so she created Spanx because she wanted to wear white pants.
You got it.
Talk about turning lemons into lemonade.
She took a pair of scissors,
Okay.
cut the feet off her pantyhose.
No way.
Boom, Spanx were born.
That's amazing.
But of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing.
Okay.
She faced tons of rejection
Really?
from manufacturers who thought her idea was ridiculous.
I can imagine them saying footless pantyhose. Who needs that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Sarah believed in her product.
Yeah.
And in herself.
Good for her.
She kept refining her pitch, she kept knocking on doors,
Wow.
and finally found a manufacturer who was willing to take a chance.
Wow, and the rest is history.
And the rest is history. Spanx became a cultural phenomenon.
They did.
And Sarah became one of the youngest self-made female billionaires.
Wow.
It's incredible.
It's such a powerful reminder. Yet our ideas, even the seemingly simple ones,
Uh-huh.
can have a huge impact if we're brave enough to share them with the world.
You just got to put it out
You
there.
got to put it out there and to keep going, even when we face, rejection or doubt.
Keep going?
Okay, speaking of which,
Yes.
I have another story
Oh,
that's
there.
closer to home.
All right.
This is about someone who isn't like a household name,
Okay.
but whose journey is equally
I
inspiring.
love that.
So a friend of mine,
Yeah.
Mike, always dreamed of being a musician.
Oh, a musician. That takes guts.
It does. Putting your music out there for the world to judge can be terrifying.
So scary. Tell me about it. Mike had been writing songs for years,
Uh-huh.
but was terrified to share them publicly.
Really?
He thought they weren't good enough, that people would laugh at him.
Oh, no.
He would even go to open mic nights, but always as a spectator.
Spectator.
Never performer.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Just watching.
Too scared to go up there myself.
Oh.
Exactly. But one day, Mike decided he was done letting fear call the shots.
Good for him.
He signed up for that open mic night,
Wow.
walked onto that stage,
Oh, Mike,
heart
so-
pounding,
Yeah.
hand shaking,
I can imagine.
and sang his heart out.
Okay, what happened?
I'm dying to know.
Fill the tea.
Fill the tea.
The audience loved him.
No
They were
way.
cheering, clapping.
Wow.
And afterward, people came up to him complimenting his music.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was a turning point for him.
See, that's what I love about putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
You just never know what kind of positive response you might get.
You never know.
It's like cracking open a surprise present.
It is, and for Mike, that one night of courage gave him the confidence to keep performing,
Okay.
to record his music, and to build a fan base.
Wow.
He stepped out of his comfort zone and into his dream.
Into his dream. That's incredible. So now he's playing gigs regularly.
He is.
He's released an album
That's
and
awesome.
even teaches guitar lessons to kids.
Wow. All because he took that first terrifying step.
Exactly. It just reminds us that action breeds confidence.
It does.
And each step forward creates ripples that can lead to incredible opportunities.
You got it.
These stories are so inspiring.
They are.
It's like, if they can do it, I can do it too. But there's one piece of the puzzle we haven't mentioned yet.
What's that?
Consistency.
Ah, consistency, the secret
The
sauce.
secret sauce.
Putting yourself out there once
Uh-huh.
and then retreating to your comfort zone, it won't cut it.
It won't cut it.
You got to keep showing up,
Okay.
keep taking action,
Yeah.
even when you don't feel like it,
Right.
even when you face setbacks.
Right. Because building anything worthwhile takes time.
It does.
And consistent effort. Rome wasn't built in a day.
It was not.
Uh,
Think of any successful person you admire.
Okay.
They didn't get there overnight.
Yeah.
They embraced the journey, the ups and downs,
Mm.
the challenges, and
Yeah.
they kept going.
They kept going. I think a lot of us get discouraged because we compare our beginning
Yeah.
to someone else's middle.
That's the problem.
We see the highlight reel on social media and think, I'll never be that successful, or I'm just not talented enough.
That's the comparison trap.
The comparison trap. But we don't see the years of hard work,
Right.
the rejections,
Uh-huh.
the self-doubts
All of it.
that went into creating that success.
It's all behind the scenes.
It is. It's like comparing chapter 1 of our book
Yeah.
to someone else's chapter 20.
Exactly.
Everyone has their own unique path and timeline.
Absolutely.
The key is to focus on our own journey.
Yes.
Celebrate each milestone and keep moving forward one step at a time.
One step at a time. Speaking of moving forward, I
Yeah.
think it's time to shift gears
Okay.
and talk about something crucial.
Ooh, this is getting
Why
hit.
it's so important to start now.
Now.
Not tomorrow, not next week, but
I have
today.
a feeling I know where you're going with this, but spill it.
Because time is our most precious resource,
Okay.
and we can't get it back.
That's true.
The longer we delay, the more opportunities we miss, the
Okay.
more we risk ending up with a life full of regrets.
Regret is a heavy burden.
It is, and it's not just about missed opportunities.
Right.
It's also about the personal growth and fulfillment we deny ourselves when we stay stuck in our comfort zones.
Right.
Think about it. What dream have you been putting off?
What dream?
What is one thing you could do today to move closer to it?
Today?
That's the question.
It is. That's such a powerful question.
It is.
It's like a call to action.
It is.
A reminder that we have the power to shape our own destiny,
You do.
starting right now.
Starting right now.
And while it's natural to feel some fear,
Yeah.
don't let it paralyze you.
Use it as fuel.
Use it as fuel. Okay, remember all the tools we've discussed?
Yes.
Start small,
Uh-huh.
reframe failure,
Yes.
challenge your negative thoughts,
Absolutely.
build a supportive community,
So important.
and most importantly,
Yeah.
embrace the journey.
Yes. I love that.
I'm feeling so inspired.
Me too.
But before we wrap up this part of the conversation,
Yeah.
I think it's important to acknowledge
Okay.
that putting yourself out there isn't always easy.
It's not a walk in the park.
No, it can be messy, uncomfortable, and sometimes downright scary.
Super scary.
Yeah, what advice do you have for those moments when the fear just feels overwhelming?
I get it.
Yeah.
Those moments are tough.
They are.
But remember, you're not alone.
Right.
Everyone experiences fear and self-doubt, even the most successful people. It's
Yeah.
part of the human experience.
It really is.
Second, go back to your why.
Your why.
Why is this dream important to you?
Okay.
What impact do you want to make?
Yeah.
Connecting to your purpose will fuel your motivation when things get tough.
I like that. Fuel your motivation.
And lastly, practice self-compassion.
Self-compassion.
Be kind to yourself.
Okay.
Celebrate your progress and remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating.
It's a victory.
It is.
It's a reminder that we're all works in progress.
We are.
And that's okay.
More than okay.
It's the journey, the learning, the growing that truly matters.
That's what it's all about.
And sometimes the greatest growth happens in those moments of discomfort.
Yes.
When we push past our perceived limits and discover a strength we never knew we had.
That's when the magic happens.
So to everyone listening who's feeling hesitant, afraid, or unsure,
Yeah.
you are capable of incredible things.
Don't let fear hold you back from living a life that's truly aligned with your passions and your purpose.
Take a deep breath, take that first step, and trust that the universe will meet you halfway.
The universe has got your back.
It does. And remember, we're all cheering you on.
We are a team.
Now, before we wrap up, I have one final thought that I think will really resonate with you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so we're back. And, as we've been talking, I've been thinking a lot about legacy.
Legacy.
Like, what kind of mark do we want to leave on the world?
Right.
What stories will we tell about our lives when we reach the end?
That's a big one.
It is.
About making a difference, right?
I think so, yeah. Leaving the world a little brighter.
Yeah, a little bit better than we found it.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be some big world-changing thing.
Right, it could be small.
Yeah, like sharing our passions.
Yeah.
Or our unique perspective.
Sharing your story.
Sharing your story.
Or even just being kind.
Just being kind.
To the people around you.
Exactly. Think about the people who have inspired you most.
Okay, yeah.
They're probably not the ones who played it safe, right?
No.
They're the ones who dared to be different.
To stand out.
Yeah, to stand out, to share their light with the world.
Exactly. It's like that quote,
Yeah.
our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
I love that quote.
Right.
It's powerful.
And it's so true.
Yeah, when we shrink back from sharing our gifts.
Yeah.
When we let fear keep us small.
We're holding ourselves back.
Yeah, we're doing ourselves a disservice, but also the world.
Yeah, we're right. The world is missing out.
The world is missing out. Imagine all the incredible...
It's crazy to think about.
I know, like all the art, the music, the books, inventions, businesses.
All the things that could have been.
That never came to be because someone let fear hold them back.
It's kind of sad.
It is. It's heartbreaking. And it's a reminder that we have this responsibility.
We do.
To ourselves and to the world.
Yes.
To step into our greatness, to share our gifts.
To shine our light.
Yeah, even when it feels scary.
Even when it's hard.
And you know what? Putting ourselves out there isn't just about, like, achieving success or recognition.
Okay, yeah.
It's also about living a life that feels authentic and meaningful.
That's what matters.
It does.
When we're aligned with our purpose.
Yes.
When we're chasing our passions.
Uh-huh.
When we're sharing our gifts with the world, that's when we feel truly fulfilled.
That's when we come alive.
You said it.
It's about embracing our true self.
Showing up as our authentic self.
Yes.
That's what I want for everyone.
Me too.
To live lives full of passion,
Yeah.
purpose, and meaning. To have the courage to put themselves out there.
Yes.
To take risks. To embrace the unknown.
To create a legacy.
A legacy we can be proud of.
So as we wrap up, I want to
Okay.
leave you with a challenge.
A challenge. All right, I'm ready.
What's one thing you've been putting off?
Okay.
What dream have you been too scared to pursue?
Think about it.
What gift have you been hiding?
Don't hide your light.
So here's the challenge.
Okay.
Take one small step towards that dream today.
One small step.
Doesn't have to be huge, just a tiny step in the right direction.
Visions in the start.
Write that email, make that phone call, sign up for that class, share your work with a friend.
You can do it.
Take action, even if it feels scary.
You got that.
Because you are capable of amazing things.
Believe in yourself.
And the world is waiting to see what you create.
The world needs your gifts.
So go out there and make it happen.
Yes. Go for it.
That's it for this episode of Life Unfiltered.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into putting ourselves out there.
It's been a great conversation.
I hope you feel inspired and empowered to take action.
Take action.
And create the life you deserve.
You deserve it.
And remember, you're not alone on this journey.
Neither.
We're all in this together, cheering each other on.
Every step of the way.
Until next time, keep shining your light.
Keep shining.
Keep putting yourself out there.
See you next time.
See you next time.
1874.
One minute vocal into good harmony. Put yourself out there till they all want in on your great life. Put yourself out till they all want in on your great life. Are you reaching your favorite people? Do you surround yourself with winners and keep them? Are you reaching your favorite city? It's not about the greatest, it's about the pretty. Put yourself out there till they all want in on your great life. Talk about my homies having kids now and it's real. Put yourself out there till they all want in on your great life. No one lives to 2390. This line of descendants will be getting ready for the family of the future's family. You already know it's funny, you won't remember, but culture will do your future family and culture fondly. Put yourself out there till they all want in on your great life. You think you find me? Put yourself out there till they all want in on your great life. It's so good for now. It's not that we can't forget it. Sometimes it feels some moments can't forget us. It's not that we can't forget it. Sometimes it's a big deal, even if it feels little. Put yourself out there till they all want in on you. Put yourself out there. Put yourself out there till they all want in on you. Till they all want in on you. Put yourself out there.